Somehow we have already reached the second Friday in June, which is mind-blowing to me. But even though summer hasn't officially started, it's summer. As I'm recording, it is the first real heat wave of the summer. It's 38 degrees outside, okay? So today on the podcast, we're going to be talking about summer and some changes you can expect around here over the next couple months. Stay tuned.
You're listening to the Wellness Simplified podcast. Simple wellness tips to help you improve your life without turning it upside down. With your host, award-winning fitness instructor, nutrition coach, and wellness expert, Susie Fevens.
Welcome back to the podcast. Thank you again for hanging out with me. I feel like we've had some version of this episode every summer for the last few years. I mean, we've only been in existence for a few years, and I'm back to share yet another iteration of the same thing because I think this is a really important topic, and that is, it is okay, to simplify summer a little bit. How fitting is it that this is the Wellness Simplified podcast, and we're talking about simplifying for summer, and that is for a reason, because if you live here in Atlantic Canada, or anywhere where we experience winter, summer is short. And it is okay to lighten your load over the summer months so that you can enjoy summer a bit more. And that is what I wanted to talk about today, because you're going to notice that even though we're still going to have our weekly episodes here on the podcast all summer long, the episodes are going to be short and they're going to be sweet because I know what it's like. You get behind on a couple podcasts and the next thing you know, you're going to have to listen to 6 hours to get caught up. And so you just delete them all. But if those podcasts are under 10 minutes a piece, that seems a whole lot more manageable. And that's a more manageable size for the summer months. So that's what we're striving for, under 10-minute episodes for June, July, and August. And the reason I'm sharing that is because I want to encourage you to find some things on your list, whether it's at work or at home or both, to see if there's any ways that you can lighten your load for summer. Whether it is saying, you know what, there's not a soul in the world who cares how dusty my bookshelves are for the next 2 months. We're going to be outside as much as humanly possible, so I'm going to let that go. I recognize that not everybody has the same work situation that I do. Who does have the same work situation as I do? Because it is like a roller coaster of peculiar activities. Anyway, you may not be able to change anything about your day-to-day work life, but there's got to be some things in your personal life that you can kind of let go of for the season. So in my personal life, I might be a little bit more lax about cleaning. Let's be honest, folks, I am not a super clean freak. I don't really like having dust bunnies of cat fur wafting through the air. So we will probably still vacuum and do some things like that. But I don't plan on doing a lot of deep cleaning like I sort of do in the winter when I am bored, because that's what I do when I'm bored. But at work, the first thing I've already done is, normally in my Facebook community, I run monthly challenges, and sometimes I run those challenges both on Facebook and through an email sequence for people who maybe aren't on Facebook. I'm not doing that for the next few months. That is stuff that I like to do for my community, but number one, I want to have more free time for more flexibility, and number two, I assume that most of my people are going to be spending less time on the internet because they're going to be out and about enjoying summer. So why would I waste some of my great challenges and content over the summer months when very few people are going to see them? Instead, I'll save them for the fall when we restart in September, when everybody's sort of getting back in that back to school mode, getting back to routines. We'll pick them back up. So I just lifted that off of my shoulders. Second thing I've done, we've already told you, I'm doing it both for my benefit and yours. Podcast episodes, under 10 minutes ideally. There might be a few that go a little bit longer if I get on a rant, as I so often do, but I'm cutting those back, making it easier for you to catch up on latest episodes, but also making it a lot easier for me to record those episodes because they're less labor intensive. Those are just 2 examples of things that I'm doing to help lighten my load this summer. And you know what? It's also okay to just reduce your availability for a specific period of time. Right now, as I'm recording this, We are still sort of in lockdown. We're in phase 1 here in Nova Scotia of our reopening plan. For me, that doesn't really mean much has changed because I'm still teaching all of my classes virtually, though fingers crossed, I'll be going back to in-person, whether outside or inside, very shortly. But I had somebody reach out to me today and they wanted to know if I could get together for a chat. It's someone who I don't know. And normally, you know what, I'd be open or be happy to chat with someone and help them out. But right now, my available working hours are so jam-packed. Like my to-do list every day is crazy because I'm only working 3.5 days a week. 3 of those days I'm working full days, like 10-hour days, so that I can have those other days off. But I had to tell her, like, I would be happy to talk to you, but it's probably not going to happen until the fall anyway. And it's not to be that person, but this was going to be me donating my time to help her set up her business in a sense. And I just don't have time to do that right now. But I told her I would be happy to talk to you later on. It just can't happen right now. Summer is really busy for me because I am on a reduced work schedule or reduced work hours. Just be honest. When people reach out to you and ask you to do things, if you can't do them, tell them no. If you feel like you want to give them an explanation, go ahead. But don't feel like you have to do things just because the time is there. Maybe you want to carve out more time so that you can enjoy it this summer. And you know what? I'm going to stay true to my word. That is going to be the end of the episode for today. We're going to come in around 7 minutes. Take a look at your schedule. Look at the things that you normally do and see if there's anything you can pare back on for the next couple months so that you can enjoy these beautiful months that we get here in the Northern Hemisphere for summer. And you know what? Even if you're somewhere where they have nice weather all year round, you're still allowed to reduce your load now and again to enjoy some more time for yourself. That's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you like this short and sweet. It's going to be short and sweet for summer. Oh gosh, I might make that a thing. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you next week.